You want to be successful and actually shift people's productivity, you got to do it for yourself
Right.
first.
I am a productivity consultant. I've had a challenge with people. They know what they need to do, and this is my challenge as well. I know what I need to do. I know what needs to be done.
Right.
But getting that motivation and getting over that ledge and that 5-second rule, my goodness, changed my life. Things like doing my finances. I hate doing my finances. So I would 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 it, and next thing I knew, I was in QuickBooks.
Awesome.
And it started with little things. I haven't quite made it to not hitting snooze yet.
Okay. Why?
Oh, because my bed feels so comfy in the morning.
Let me tell you something.
Okay,
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Your business will go to the next level the second you actually beat the habit of hitting the snooze.
Yes.
And the reason why is because of the science around productivity and the brain.
Okay.
And when you push yourself to walk the talk and have the first 30 minutes of your day be the most productive for your brain, you will bring a level of conviction and authority and impact to the business that's not there currently.
Right.
You see, when you're an expert and you're a consultant, your power is limited to the extent that you personally feel like you're not using the tools. Does that make sense?
That does make sense.
I say this for myself. I say this because when I think about businesses that I've had in the past, or when I was an executive coach, and I would be giving advice, but I'm not technically following it in the same regard, I'm not as powerful.
Right.
And so I would highly, highly, highly encourage you, starting tomorrow morning, you want to be the best productivity coach on the planet, that alarm goes off, notice the gap.
Right.
Because the more that you start to play with this 5-second window and you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and you push yourself out of bed and you hate it. And then you take your cold shower and you hate it. And then you don't look at your phone and you hate it. And then you spend the first 30 minutes of the day pushing something forward and you hate it. But you do it. You will now be able to coach people who do the exact same thing.
Right. And that's where I'm coming from in a lot of my business is I've been there. I'm one who likes to pile things and procrastinate.
Yep.
But I know a lot of tips and tricks to get you out of those modes, and that's how I help my clients. I'm also trying to move more into productivity. I say I'm a professional organizer and productivity consultant, and I organize your space, your time, and your technology.
Great.
Which is a little bit different from most organizers because they're only focusing on their space or the time,
Right.
and not the technology.
So you can organize somebody's computer, somebody's workspace, and somebody's home.
Yep.
That you can do and still snooze.
Yes.
You want to be successful and actually shift people's productivity, you got to do it for yourself
Right,
first.
right. That
And
makes
so
sense.
call BS on yourself and understand that, like, here's 2 years from now, how much money you want to be making?
Oh.
Like, no joke, as a
Yeah.
productivity, how much money you want to be
I
making?
want to be making at least $100,000 a year.
Fantastic. How are you going to feel?
Oh, empowered.
Yes, you're going to feel so empowered.
Yes.
I want you to think for a second about those zeros on that statement when you file your taxes,
Yeah.
about what you took in.
Yeah.
Now, tomorrow morning, when that alarm goes off and you start feeling all the excuses that come in, and that bed is cozy, I know what you're saying, I love my bed too, and you then go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you get up, I want you to be thinking about that $100,000. I want you to be thinking about how proud you are of yourself. And I want you to be thinking about how good it feels to demonstrate and walk the talk in terms of what you're actually coaching other people to
Right.
do. And if you do that and you show up every day and you think about that $100,000 and you think about what it's going to be like in 2 years when you have turned this corner, you will get out of bed. This is the corner for you,
Yes.
okay? And the piece of advice that I gave you is anchored in a lot of science. So when people think about their future selves, they did this experiment where they had 2 control groups decide to put away money in like a 401k from their paycheck. And before one group did it, they showed them a digitized photograph of themselves 20 years older. They put in more money because they were thinking about their future self.
That makes sense.
The people who were not shown that put in the average amount.
Yeah.
These people put in a significant amount of money without even being asked to, because they were thinking about their future self. I want you to think about that future self every single morning, and then I want you to use the 5-second rule to close the gap between the habit you have now and the person you want to become.
I love it.